You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up? What's poppin'? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Hood Table. Come on in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up or the like button. Also, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed. And please follow us also on Twitter, Facebook, IG, and Stereo. Yes, we do have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. So look us up on Facebook if you want to join us over there. And also, as usual with any of my other reviews, feel free to comment in the comment section your thoughts on any of the characters, any of the storylines of the show that we are reviewing. And today, as you can see from the bottom of the screen, we are reviewing Basketball Wives Season 9, Episode 2. And as usual, cash apps are not mandatory, but they are welcome and they are appreciated. So if you want to bless your girl or the Hood Table platform, $ the Hood Table 402. And on that note, let's jump right into this review of Basketball Wives. And again, let me know what you thought about the show. So, at the beginning of this episode, they started off with Evelyn finding out that her stepfather, Larry, the father figure, the only father figure that she really had, came down with the coronavirus. And after finding that out, she took to social media expressing how emotionally affected she was. But after coming down with CBD-19, her father did end up passing away. So my condolences to you, Evelyn, for that. A lot of people did pass away, ever since the pandemic started, and it's really devastating and still devastating to a lot of people. So for Evelyn, of course, 2020 was really a rough year for her, dealing with that, the pandemic, the loss of her stepdad, and the lawsuits with OG. We can't forget about the lawsuits. And speaking of OG, Evelyn's not feeling safe. I think we talked about that a little bit last episode, but she still claims that she's not feeling safe, due to the backlash from social media. Evelyn did end up moving into a gated community like she said she would. Yes, the Evelyn, the one and only, who is always threatening to beat down anybody who gives her any mess. That one. She now feels like she needs more security. And now, while I highly doubt, any harm will come to her, you never know these days. You really don't. There's some crazy psycho people out there, especially when it comes to fans. But and even if no hair on her head is ever touched, her feeling afraid, her feeling unsafe could possibly end up helping her case against OG. So, I don't know. I don't know. I guess she probably know what she doing. You know, I think it's more to it than her just feeling safe. That I guess that's what I'm saying. But anywho, whether she really feels threatened or not, how do you guys feel about the OG accusations? You know what I'm saying? On this episode, OG clearly stated, she still believes that certain cast members on this show are colorists, including Evelyn. But from what Kristen was saying, Kristen is a brown skinned woman. She's not as dark complexion as OG, but she is, on a darker end. And she claims that she never felt anything like that from Evelyn or Shawnee or, anybody else on the show. And Evelyn and Shawnee is, of course, lighter than she is. So because of that, Kristen's like, I'm not going to stand there and just let her do this to you. Basically, Kristen is going to have her back. I don't know if that means speaking up for her in court or anything like that, but she, she's definitely going to have her back, regarding this case and probably, regarding Evelyn's, reputation or whatnot. So is this all in OG's head, y'all? I don't know. I don't know. And again, Evelyn, she made a post about OG, and she used that orangutan emoji in the post, and we all know that she also called CC, Ling Ling, and she also called Jackie a cockroach. But does that make Evelyn colorist? Does that make someone colorist? By them maybe using a bad choice of terms to use at somebody? I don't know. I don't know, because you know what they say, when you fighting somebody, you can't tell them how hard to come back at you when you guys are going back and forth with each other. But I don't know. Hopefully, if Evelyn doesn't learn anything, she's learned that there's just certain things that you just can't say to people, especially on national television, girl. So, with Evelyn, dealing with so much and, coming under fire, from the media, she needs a distressor. And what better way to distress than going on vacation with ladies who don't all get along well with each other? Brilliant idea. Evelyn done reached out to Shawnee, and some of the other ladies, to tell them to pack up your luggage, pack up your suitcases, and meet up with me at a mansion. And actually, it's gonna be 2 houses. And I'm like, damn, why can't I have no rich friends? I really wish I had some rich friends. I mean, I'm literally just hanging around the wrong people, because I would love to just up and just bounce and leave the crib and head to a mansion and just wind down and relax and sit next to a pool, even though I can't swim, sit next to the pool in my little bikini or my little 2-kini or 3-kini. I'm a big girl. But I wish I could just do that, every now and again, get an invite like that. And not saying that these ladies usually wind down and relax when they all get together, because we know that is hardly the truth. But anyway, Evelyn didn't invite everybody. Specifically OG, she didn't invite Jen, but leave it to Jackie to make sure everybody's included in on the fun. Well, Jackie get her way, y'all. Well, Jackie, from bringing, the ladies together, will this help, give them that strong sisterhood that Jackie so desires? I mean, everybody, including the new Zen Jen, she's like, I am the new Zen Jen. She claims that, they are all, everybody claiming that they're all on a different level, this season. One that does not include as much negativity or bullshit. Even OG's mother, she made a comment on here, stating that she hopes that in light of the pandemic, Black Lives Matter, and other things going on in the world, that the ladies can all come together on one accord, I don't know, maybe work out some things between all the ladies, and maybe Evelyn, Shawnee, OG can work things out. Everybody can drop they're not their charges, but their lawsuits. I don't know. But all we can do is hope for the best. But do y'all think a 2-week vacation long enough? Is it long enough? I don't think so. I don't think 2-week vacation is long enough to resolve all of the issues. So many different issues between so many of the women. And even if they are going to be in 2 separate houses, I don't know if it's gonna work. But we shall see. We shall see. And as far as like some of the cast members, is everybody from the Basketball Wives planning on moving away from the coast? I mean, I know why Shawnee moved to Louisiana. Her kids, she got kids going to college down there, and playing basketball and everything, and that makes it a little bit more convenient for her, staying down there, nearby. And I think did she say she was staying in? Did she say Houston? Because her kids are at LSU. I think that's what it is. Her kid's going to LSU, and I think she's moving to Houston. Yeah, Houston. So, I guess that's why they dropped the LA off the title of the show and went back to the original title of Basketball Wives, because it used to be called Basketball Wives, then it got changed to Basketball Wives of LA, like the spinoff. But since some of the original cast members has merged with some of the new cast members, they might as well just keep the LA off, and just leave it Basketball Wives from now on. Plus, because a lot of them are now spread out, you know what I'm saying? Some in Atlanta, some in Texas, some in, they just spread out all over the damn place. So they might as well just leave it as basketball wives. But yes, our girl Jen is back. And me and Jen, I always told y'all, Jen and I have a love hate. I have a love hate relationship with when it comes to Jen. I like her, but at times I just think she just be doing too damn much. But what the hell is up with the men that she be choosing? Like, I'm not aware of everyone she's dated. But we do know for a fact that she dated Tim from Sweetie Pies, who is now in jail for conspiring the murder of his nephew Andre. And during this episode, Jen was discussing another one of her exes with Kristen. Evidently, Jen allowed her boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend, to drive her Range Rover, only for him to never ever return with it. How you just take off with somebody's range and never come back? Like, did this man work for one of those like shops, where they break down people's vehicles and paint them a different color and scratch off the chop shops and stuff? I'm sure they got a lot of them out there in California. But anyway, she's now going to create a documentary detailing everything this man has put her through. But why not just create a documentary of your whole life, Jennifer, instead of just one relationship? Because we all know that she has had more than her fair share of failed relationships. Okay, all the way back to that basketball player that she was married to a long time ago. And ooh. Boy, money has to be the reason why a lot of these women marry some of these ball players, because ooh, God. But anyway, let's get to Malaysia. Malaysia, she's still learning how to deal, or should I say cope, with the loss of her brother. And in the wake of so many people protesting, rallying, all over the world against police brutality, she herself was invited to a George Floyd protest by Kristen. But when you haven't even quite come to terms, from your own pain of losing someone at the hands of police, how can you possibly support somebody else's pain? And that's where these support groups do come into play. And at first, Kristen, she was upset that Malaysia, um, did a no-show at a protest that she invited her to. But after getting a more clear picture of what Malaysia, is still going through, Kristen went about it a different way. And personally, I thought that was a great idea for Kristen to arrange a meeting with Materia Robinson. Materia, she is the mother of Jamarion Robinson, the one who was shot 76 times by the Atlanta police. And because of that, Materia is now an activist and works with, police reform groups. And this is exactly what Malaysia needs. Malaysia needs to take baby steps, because I really believe that with some people, you can't just throw them out there in a hyped up crowd of protesters and police, with their weapons and everybody screaming and yelling and cursing and, just all kind of things. And you never know which way it's going to go. I mean, look at Portia on The Housewives. She landed up in jail twice, even though some people think she purposely wound up in jail, for the sake of publicity. I don't know if I would ever go to jail purposely for the sake of publicity. So, I ain't said it. That's just what people are alleging. But anyway, she can barely speak on her own situation dealing with her brother's death. So I think she needs baby steps. She got to deal with herself first before she can help others deal with, their family members and their loved ones. So I'm glad that she had a chance to sit down with Mrs. Robinson, somebody who can certainly understand what Malaysia is going through. Not only can Monteria sympathize, but also empathize and give her advice, in ways that she can, try to push through and hopefully be a voice one day, for somebody else's family as well. Maybe one day, if that's what she wants to do. Everybody doesn't want to be activists. Everybody doesn't want to be out there. Some people just need other people to do it for them. Everybody can't be a voice. So if that's something she wants to do, hopefully Monteria can help her. But first thing first, Malaysia gathered all her children together to teach and reiterate to them what and what not to do when approached by police. And I have done this many times with my kids as well. And one of her kids, her daughter, I think her daughter Jalea, I think that was her name. She said, "Why do police do that?" And those few words by such an innocent child is what, even us grown, mature adults still can't comprehend. Like, why the hell y'all keep doing this shit? How many training classes and seminars do y'all need to go through? How many people got to die? How many people with no weapons got to die? The police, they always got an excuse for why they do what they do. And in the case of Malaysia's brother Dante, she said he was out like skateboarding or something and had a wrench on him and they thought it was a weapon. And that is how, her 17-year-old brother lost his life. And we all know that we can talk to our kids till we are blue in the face. But for a lot of Black people, nervousness and anxiety seems to always set in when approached by cops. Reason being is because, when we do what we know we are supposed to do, there's still no guarantee that we'll still make it home alive. So, but hopefully, with a support system, Malaysia will be able to work through her triggers, you know what I'm saying? And maybe one day be an activist for others who have been in the same situation. On that note, you guys, make sure again you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed, and please feel free to follow us on Facebook, IG, Twitter, and Stereo. And also, if you have any comments about the show, make sure you put your comments in the comment section down below, under the video, okay? And in the meantime and in between times, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant, and always, always don't forget, keep it hood. Bye.